Okay, here's a video pretty much breaking down all the specs and features of what I'm going to call Model 2, just based off the fact that Model 1 was the first arcade I built, and that was a pedestal style, so the pedestal style is going to be, I'm going to call it Model 1. But here's Model 2, it's basically a Pac-Man arcade cabinet clone that has RetroPie as the brains of this whole system, from the audio to the video to the controls, all that stuff. So I'm gonna turn it on right now. And there's a switch in the back to turn it on. I gotta turn on the television because it's an actual 24-inch flat screen TV. And it should fire up. So this is like the intro screen. This image was built by Wolfenos. It's called the Wolfenos Supreme 256 gigabyte build. An image is basically the operating RetroPie on emulation station operating system with all the ROMs built in. So it has a sound system, and I'm going to turn it up just for a second just to see, so you can hear how loud it goes. But I'm going to turn it back down. I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter, so, and all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape hot, smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke, the hard, you never thought that hip hop would make it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. So this is called the console menu screen, and if you can see, it has all the systems here. Right now it's on Panasonic. There's a last played menu, favorites menu, all games, which is 12,990 games. Collections, it'll be like Capcom collections and stuff like that. These are consoles: ZX Spectrum, Z Machine, X68000, Virtual Boy, Video Pack, Vectrix, TI-99, TurboGrafx 16, Super Graphics, Steam. Steam is pretty cool because you can, through your Steam account that you can create online, you can connect your Steam account over Wi-Fi to this arcade, so you can basically play any Steam games, from Street Fighter to Jackbox to pretty much any Steam games available on this particular arcade cabinet. We have Super NES, SG-1000, Super Famicom, Sega CD, Sega 32X, SUC, UMM, This is the settings menu. PlayStation, PlayStation Minis, PlayStation, PSP, Power, I'm not sure what that is. Ports is another console. Pixel, PC Engine CD, PC Engine, Oric, NG Pocket, Nintendo ES, Neo Geo, Nintendo DS, Naomi, Nintendo 64, MSX2, Mega Drive J. Mega Drive is basically the British version of Sega's Master System. There's the Master System, Kodi, television, G-Boy Color, G-Boy Advance, Game Boy, Game Gear, Game & Watch, Famicom Disc, Famicom, Dreamcast, Daphne, ColecoVision, Commodore 64, Thomas Wave, not sure what that is, Lynx, Atari 7800, Atari 5200, Atari 2600, the arcade, pretty much has all the arcade games available, and it pretty much has every arcade. This particular image build has pretty much every arcade game you can think of. If you don't think it has it, ask me and I'll let you know. Amiga CD32, Amiga, Open Bar, Panasonic 3DO, and back to last played and favorites and all that. So I go into press a console, and this is when you go into a console, it gives you the menu, and over here it has all the game choices, and you just scroll down, and as you can see, it has like thousands of games. So you're not spending your time clicking through all these. What you do is you hold down this joystick controller, and it'll kind of like speed scroll through it, and it has the first two letters of each game. So whatever you want, it'll stop at it. So for example, I'll stop at let's try Pac-Man, just because this is a Pac-Man clone machine. And again, it has all these games in there. I'm just using Pac-Man as an example. So you press control panel button to load it up. So now it's loading. So this is the start menu for the Pac-Man game, and most games, probably like 90% of the games, have their own bezel. So it's this sidebar thing on the side. So if it was like a Galaga game, it would have a Galaga bezel. If it was a Contra game, it would have the Contra bezels, and so on. So because it doesn't have an actual coin slot, I've turned the coin slot into a button. So these are the credit buttons. So it's 1 credit, 2 credits. And the player 1, player 2 button is this one, 6%, and it starts it. So just to not be in the way, I'm going to play out to the side here. So that's it. To exit out of a particular game, you press the coin button, player 1 button, and this thing called the home button. Back to the menu screen. So as you can see, it's got a bunch of other games. It has all the fighting games. This particular build has all the fighting games. So it has all the Street Fighter games. It has Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct. I'm gonna put on the Street Fighter. Let me go back to previously played last play. It's loading up. Turning up the volume a little.
X-Men versus Street Fighter.
And again, to add credits, you press the
This is X-Men versus Street Fighter.
you get to choose your character.
Ready. Fight. Up the clap.
Ouch. It's just an example, so I'm gonna exit out. This build has X-Men Arcade, Simpsons, Mortal Kombat, Nerd, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Donkey Kong, Contra, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, etc. etc. So now I'm going to show you the audio system of it. So it has a control panel back here. I'm going to turn it down a little. This is an amp. This is an amp. I believe it's 100 watts per channel. So like left and right each has a 100 watts. I have it, most of these arcade games are mono, so I have two speakers running up into the marquee. That's where those two most of the sound is coming out of. But I also installed a subwoofer, so you can feel pretty much every kick from every game or any blast. You can actually feel it with the bass. I installed a auxiliary output, so you can connect like any speaker source or stereo source just with a basic auxiliary cable. This is the pretty much the main power that powers it all. It goes to that power strip, and then all the way up and all the way around. There's the switch for the marquee. That's pretty much the guts of it all back here. Here I want to show you a couple more things up in front. So it has one of the games that it has on here is The Simpsons. Let me load it up. Loading. It measures about 69 inches at the top of the crest here. It's about 36 or so inches deep. So now Simpsons loaded up, and you notice it has the Simpsons bezels on the side. Let me turn up the volume now. It's kind of just the intro. So this game is a 4-player game, but as you can see, it only has 2 joysticks. So what I've done is installed, I guess, two USBs in front of the control panel here, so you can I got these USB Xbox, pretty much any control that has a USB connector, you can connect them up here. coin or credit. That's Marge. Homer. And 2 other people can play. This is basically for all 4-player games. You gotta add the 2 extra controllers, but Bart and Lisa. So start. And I know it's a little awkward, but you can, maybe have someone play out to the side or in the middle, stand back a little, whatever the case. But I think that's pretty neat that you can add. I've added 2 extra USBs, so you can. It actually makes it a 4-player arcade console. So I'm gonna exit out of this, and the way to exit out is again coin, player, and what's called a hotkey. So I could do it on the remotes too. So I'm gonna disconnect these. Now I'm going to show you what I think is probably the coolest, aside from the 12,000 plus games, one of the coolest features, and aside from the stereo system and so one of the coolest features I think about this. So what I do is, first I got to turn it off. So I go to main menu, shut down system. So now it's shutting down. So now that it's no signal, that means it's shut down. I go back here, turn off the main power source. Back here I'm going to disconnect the control panel, the power supply. This is the control panel. Inside the control panel, disconnect the HDMI. Pull in the power supply. Again, this is what I think is probably the coolest, one of the coolest features of this. You pull it back. And you can take it with you wherever you want. It's about 30 or so pounds, I'm guessing. It has the opening for the HDMI and the power supply here. It has a French, what they call a French cleat, to hold it in place. And yeah, I think that's pretty neat. So again, when you're done, taking it from wherever you took it, you bring it back, slide it into place. Push off the power supply. Reconnect the power supply. Push in the HDMI. Reconnect HDMI. Power it back up. Turn on the flat screen. So that is Model 2. If you want one, just private message me or comment in the comments. It's gonna start load up again. And I wanted to give a shout out to my wife Susie for helping give me a hand on some of the build. The machine mechanic at where I work, my day job is Jason Bucco for helping me with some of the wiring. And yeah, and that's it. Loading up. Oh, another quick note is that you can change the theme. So right now it's Star Wars, and as you can see, it just has a bunch of like Star Wars stuff. But you can actually go to settings, theme set. Let's go to say Real Ghostbusters. Exit out, it's loading up now. And it's loading up. But if you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching it all, and let me know what you think. Add-ons, stuff that you might like to see, games that you'd like to see, stuff like that. So you see it has the Ghostbusters theme now. Alright. So again, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. Model 2, they're built to order, so if you want one, let me know, and we'll set you up with one, alright? Peace. If you want to know, want to purchase one, just private message me, and they're made to order, so whenever the orders come in, I start building it. I'd like to thank Susie for helping me, giving me a helping hand a few times. Also, I'd like to thank a co-worker of mine at work, the machine mechanic, Jason Bucco. He helped me with some of the wiring on this cabinet. Obviously, Wolfenose for the image. And I think that's about it. Change it to Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know exactly how long that video was, but if you stayed to the end, thanks for watching it. And when I build another arcade, I'll make another video. Alright? Peace out.